Ladies and gentlemen, we've received a brand new update which actually brings some pretty interesting changes to dungeons. My name is Derailious, welcome back to Skyblock News, and let's launch right into it. Starting off today, we have a bunch of patch notes, and they include the following. Hi all, today we conducted some maintenance to the back end of Kuudra and dungeons to migrate them over to a new unified system. This new system fixes a lot of the inconsistencies between the two instanced modes, and contains many under-the-hood improvements, bug fixes, and QOL changes. The most notable of which, in my opinion, is that dungeons and Kuudra can now be rejoined directly if you accidentally leave Skyblock by simply rejoining Skyblock, and if you leave to another island within Skyblock, you will still need to be party warped back in. Overall, this is really great if you get accidentally kicked, makes things a little bit easier. Some people didn't have the ability to rejoin dungeons under certain circumstances at all, and now that is, well, completely fixed. That seems like it's a totally normal thing now, and I think that's pretty good. The party leader can now instantly requeue a dungeons or Kuudra instance when it has finished by clicking on the prompt in chat displayed after the end of the instance. Basically, this removes the need to reparty after every single completion. Pretty good stuff. The requeuing system will now retry up to 3 times to queue you into an instance upon error or generation failure. This will be great for people not getting locked out because of cooldowns. I hate when this happens, everyone does, and it's gone now, thank the Lord. Some menus and inventories that were previously disabled in Kuudra after the Rift update have been re-enabled. I think this includes like backpacks and stuff like that, so that's pretty good. You'll now respawn with 3 seconds of invulnerability after being revived in Dungeons and Kuudra. Once again, great stuff. This should make it so you no longer like instantly get obliterated the moment you respawn in. I really like that. And also, players will no longer take damage before a dungeon or Kuudra fight has started or after they have ended. So no more dying after the run is over, I suppose. They also made some other changes. They made the Archer Ghost Stun Bow ability now actually work. They made the Watcher mob spawning animations in the Blood Room sped up by about 25%. This should make things a little bit quicker. Telekinesis is no longer disabled, and additional checks have been put in to prevent players from directly skipping to the boss fight. This is against blood skipping. Now, I think some people might be a little bit upset about that one, but I think something was also bound to happen. Skipping directly to the boss fight, it was a pretty major bug, and they also made things a little bit faster with the Watcher. So maybe this will kind of be a 50-50 change. You know, one thing that makes the game a little slower, but the other makes it a little faster. Maybe it'll be an overall equilibrium, we'll see. They also say here at the bottom, solo dungeons will be coming very soon. And they're also tweaking and making improvements to the system and are monitoring the features for the forums. So they're going to let people make their feedback posts, and then they'll see if they have to make any other changes. Overall, I'm pretty impressed with this. I think this is a great suite of updates. Notably, the solo dungeons at the end there are pretty great, and just some great QOL stuff for the entirety of the game, especially with regards to requeuing and getting into the dungeons, and, you know, all of that stuff has been made so much better. That's why I think this deserves a video, even though it's not the most interesting stuff to many people. That alone will save people tons of time, and in my opinion is one of the best updates we've seen to dungeons. Overall, I'm more interested to see how soon is when it comes to solo dungeons. Is it like a week we're talking? Is it a month? Or is it just a few days from now? We'll have to wait and see about that. And I also wonder if they're going to do some balancing changes. I know they said they wanted to do that at some point. So if we're getting solo dungeons, does that mean we're going to get those balancing changes? You know, buffs to Berserker and things like that, along with those changes. Those were talked about in a post talking about Skyblock Nerds. One of the people over there were saying that that was one of the things that was discussed and would eventually be on alpha. So are those two updates linked? Well, they're both dungeons, so yeah, I think they are. At the end of the day though, my name is Derailious, thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and look to the future fellas, because I will see you then.